Shout out to everyone watching. My name is Lakisha Golden Mercy from Marani Horners High School. Me, myself being the first speaker, Kulushanasi as my second speaker, Philip Memory as my third speaker, and Nikwang Jonathan as my fourth speaker. So in tonight's tournament, we are versing COMBONI College, and we are the team of farms. And tonight's resolution states, land subdivision is the leading cause of unsustainable food production.
Hello everyone. Actually, much has been said. Our resolution for today's tournament is talking about land subdivision, and I've come actually to give you some of the expectations you need to know, because land has got a lot of effects. First of all, it has the positive and negative effects. However much we know that land subdivision has more higher percentage of negative effects upon our life and upon our food production at large. So just stay tuned and keep on watching. Thank you very much.
House rules. Each speaker has 5 minutes. The first and last minutes are protected. The judge will ring a bell to signal the protected time. The bell will ring continuously after 5 minutes.
Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States of America, once said, "A nation that destroys its soil destroys itself." My name is Lakisha Golden Mercy, the first speaker from the farming side. Marani Horners High School. It is resolved. Land subdivision is the leading cause of unsustainable food production. In tonight's tournament, the key points of this debate is land subdivision. This is a division of a bigger portion of land into smaller pieces for a particular purpose. Unsustainable food production. This is the production of food in a way that affects the environment, and it results into reduction of in the quantity and quality of the production. In the quantity and the quality of the food produced, thus leading to little food in the store. The panel and the house at large. We as a team of founders, today we are showing you we are completely affirming these resolutions, and this is a value debate. We are coming to show you the merits of land subdivision concerning food production. The panel and the house at large. Our parameter is Uganda. We all know that Uganda depends on agriculture as its backbone, and currently in Uganda, agriculture contributes 25% to the GDP, that's gross domestic products, and employs 72% of the total population of the country. This report is according to the Ministry of Agriculture. The panel and the house at large. Look at this great percentage of the people being employed due to agriculture, and this is not only giving us high economic growth, but also contributing much to the employment of the people. The panel and the house, like, take for example 72% as it's stated. However, sustainable food production has greatly decreased from 11% over the past 14 years due to land subdivision. We as the team affirms, we are saying that we are not disregarding other factors that's leading to the cause of unsustainable food production, such as intensive agriculture, which is the use of pesticides, acaricides, and others, which leads to soil degradation and soil pollution. We are also not looking down on the other factor as overgrazing, which decreases land, which damages grassland, leading to desertification. The panel and the house at large. According to the World Bank in 2020, due to land security, land division has greatly increased, especially in areas that are highly populated. We, as the team affirms, we are saying the major cause of this land subdivision is high population. Take for instance in Kigezi region in western Uganda, where land is being divided in plots in order for them to manage their population. Look at such high population. What do you expect them to do rather than to deal in land subdivision? The panel and the house at large. A nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. I rest my case.
Panel, ladies and gentlemen, resolved. Land subdivision is the leading cause of unsustainable food production. Panel, into next debate as team negative. We acknowledge into next debate as team affirmative comes into next debate, telling us that into next debate what causes land subdivision is population, is large population, of which as team negative we agree together that it's population that is causing this land subdivision. But as team negative, we want team affirmative to come and clarify to the house of tonight that to clarify to us the percentage, to what percentage as this land subdivision cause unsustainable food production. Because at first they gave us a case study of Western Uganda that is facing land subdivision, but then they didn't give us to what percentage as that land subdivision cause unsustainable food production. We want to know that in next debate, and they don't account for unsustainable food production as a cause as being caused by land subdivision in many regions of Uganda. They only give us Western Uganda. As they also talk about population, we acknowledge that large population is always in cities, panel. But why does the team negative come to account for us the percentage of unsustainable food production caused by land subdivision in many cities of Uganda, since cities of Uganda are the ones which are populated, panel? And then secondly, team affirmative also into next debate, they don't give us their case, and they leave us with no work tonight, panel. And then also, it leaves me now with no work, panel. So I will go straight to my team burden, panel. We acknowledge into next debate. I acknowledge into next debate and agree with the definition and the key terms of what team affirmative comes into next debate of land subdivision and sustainable food production. And then also, panel, our status quo for tonight's debate stands as, for the financial year 2023-2024, reports from the Relief Web International Organization on the 12th November 2023 show that dependence on agriculture, forestry, and fishing account for 27% of Uganda's GDP, with about 68% of Ugandans employed in agriculture sector. The fact that most Ugandans depend on agriculture as a main source of income makes them highly vulnerable to food insecurity, as the sector is plagued by challenges of climate change. Panel, as team affirmative in the next debate claims that land subdivision is the leading cause of unsustainable food production, we as team negative of the next debate, we give them an alternative. We tell them that it is not land subdivision, but it is climate change the leading cause of unsustainable food production in this case, of which we acknowledge that climate change, we acknowledge that emissions, we acknowledge that carbon emissions is the highest contributor of climate change. And then we, as of statistics, we also acknowledge that statistics, which shows that reports from the International Journal of Science and Research on the 4th April 2023 show that COP, which is the Conference of Parties, facilitated negotiations where countries agreed under the Paris Agreement, which is adopted in COP 21 in 2015, with a collective aim to regulate global warming from 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels to 1 degree Celsius. So, panel, countries right now are working at reducing carbon emissions from 2 degrees Celsius to 1 degree Celsius. We acknowledge also that it is this climate change which is bringing about unsustainable food production. Why is team affirmative of today's debate claiming to us that land subdivision is the leading cause of unsustainable food production, which they also do not give us that proof? They do not give us that proof because they told us that they are working in a parameter of Uganda, which we agree with them, but they do not give us the percentage of to what percentage is land subdivision causing unsustainable food production in many regions of Uganda. I beg to rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.